lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing so great. I wish I could say the same for myself because I'm literally nursing an ankle injury right now. I'm at that age, people. I'm at that age in my 30s where I'm falling down for no reason. I don't know how it happened, but all I know, I was going down and I just had to I went into this mode of just like, okay, don't hit your head, girl. So I just kind of cuddle up like this, but I was coming down some steps and it was the last step. I was literally like 10 feet away from my house and I was coming down this step and all I know, I was on this last step and I was just, oh well, Houston, we're going down. I had my phone in my hand so I couldn't even like grab anything around me, and the railing was there for me to hold on, but I had my phone and my camera and it was my aunt's birthday, so I had pictures in my hand and cheesecake. I have to save the cheesecake. So anyway, I ended up falling, but like all of my body weight, and you know I'm kind of chunky, I fell on my left ankle and whoo, I felt it just get destroyed in that moment. But I'm okay. I went to the doctor like 2 days after because this was Independence weekend. It happened, so it had a holiday in between, so I had to wait. He said that nothing is broken, thankfully, from his examination because I can still like stand on it. He said if it's broken that you would not be able to stand at all. So he said it's more than likely a torn ligament or a stretched ligament, but it is so painful and my foot was like swollen like a balloon. Oh gosh, it was bad, but I'm getting better, thankfully. My mom ices it like multiple times during the day for me, so I'm doing good. But all that said, I am super excited for today's video because I'm bringing to you a collab video with Lelova. Lelova creates period underwears. That's right, no pad necessary. You just pull up your underwear and you go, even on your period. Amazing, right? But did it work though? If you want to know my review on this product, then keep on watching. Generally, I'm quite comfortable and confident in myself and I'm very proud of that, but like so many others, when I am on my period, my energy is so low, and I've spoken about this before, but I have endometriosis. So picture all of those regular menstrual symptoms amplified times 10, because that is how I literally feel with endometriosis. One of the major issues I've had my entire life, and my friends can certainly attest to this, is that when I'm on my period, I never want to leave my house. And I admire them because when they're on a period, they don't let that hold them back, which is so great. But for me, one of my biggest issues, well, aside from the pain of endometriosis, I am genuinely afraid of leaks. I think it stems from high school. I am sure if you went to an all-girls high school or just any high school in general, you would remember, like, especially if you're wearing a skirt, you're like, is it messy? You seen anything? Like, that has not left me. I am 32 and that is something I still ask my friends when we go out. Like, it is such bad practice, but it happens. So even today, as a grown woman, I still have this fear of leaks, so much so that I actually double pad using overnight pads to make sure there's no spillage anywhere, because I've had way too much accidents happen. And if you've been following me for quite a while, you would know that I am really on this journey of trying to replace single-use plastic in my day-to-day activities, and disposable pads has been my biggest hiccup yet. I am a creature of habits and I have gotten so used to using overnight pads, those stay free ultra thin ones, like 2 of them. I can't picture myself using anything else. If you research the plastics statistics, you would see that disposable pads are made of 90% plastic and tampons are made of 6% plastic, and that's excluding if they come with an applicator. And it doesn't help that the average person uses over 11,000 disposable pads and tampons in their lifetime, which when you add that up, that is a massive amount of plastic waste we're talking about. And I feel so guilty that I am contributing to that. And I know many of you all have suggested to me, Shanada, use menstrual cups, use cloth pads. Let me tell you, I have done my research It's not that I don't know about these products. Number one, I've never used a tampon in my life. Ask my friends, they will tell you that is true. She wants to go in her bed. But I don't like inserting things there. It's just not my vibe. And also with the cloth pads, at least the ones that I saw, yes, it's definitely an option and I am looking into it, but I still have that fear with the ones that I saw design. To me, they just don't look that secure enough to like hold and not shift. That is just my opinion. I will try it eventually, but it's just never been like on the front burner for me as a product to like, oh my god, I want to try this. Not just because I want to get away from single-use plastic means I'm going to, you know, change up my whole routine and make me uncomfortable in any way, you know. So when Lelova reached out to me for this collab, I was ecstatic because when I saw the product, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, it was like destiny. I was like, I'm thinking so much to divert away from disposable pads, and here's this brand approaching for a collab for a period underwear. Literally, it was like a destiny. By absorbing up to 4 tampons worth while looking better than your regular undies, they are the best sustainable replacement to disposable period products. Lelova's underwear will make you feel much more comfortable while on your cycle. You'll always feel dry due to their design of moisture-wicking organic cotton and fresh thanks to their antimicrobial inner layer that fights bacteria and odors. Lelova offers 6 different styles on their website: a thong that holds half tampons worth, 2 bikinis, 1 hipster and 1 hip hugger that hold 2 tampons worth, and a high waist that holds 2.5 tampons worth, which is the design I chose, and I'll share it in just a second. And I know you're probably like, okay, sounds great, but how does it actually work? The underwear is composed of 4 different layers that goes all the way to the back for an ultimate protection day and night. The first layer is a moisture wicking cotton inner layer for softness and breathability. The second layer is an antimicrobial lining to fight bacteria and odors. The third layer is a super absorbent fabric to hold up to 2 tampons worth. And the fourth layer is a leak resistant nylon outer layer to keep it all in. Being a curvy diva, of course your girl chose the high-waisted seamless underwear. It is so comfortable, and this is in a size XL, and yes, there is a size chart on the website to help you, and it goes up to a size 3XL, so I'm sure you can find a size to fit you. Lelova clearly shows their commitment to being earth friendly, because even the envelope that they shipped the underwear in is 100% recyclable. The actual packaging of their underwear being in this dust bag, it feels like a very luxe experience, and I appreciate that they're minimizing their use of plastic as well. It comes with its information card on how to care for your underwear. This particular underwear has an absorbency of 1.5 pads or 2 tampons, and it retails for $29 US, which I honestly think is a fair price considering this underwear will last you for years to come. And at this point, I'm sure you're like, okay, the company sounds great, the product sounds good, but did it actually work? So by some miracle, when the underwear arrived, I started my period. I was literally on my 2nd day of my period. So of course your girl pulled that up and was ready to test it out. And I really put this underwear through the ringer because this is my 2nd day I'm talking about, where it is literally the heaviest flow for me. So it came just in the nick of time. So right off the bat, I will say it is incredibly soft and comfortable. Even when I put it on, it hugged the contours of my body really well. But I still had a little room for when I was like in that bloating period, which feels like every day. It honestly felt as though it's almost adapted to my body and my body shape, and that is really more than I can say for any underwear that I've tried, especially when I'm on my period. Now I know earlier I said that I generally don't like to leave my house when I'm on my period, but this month on day 2, the same day I was testing out the underwear, I had to go run some errands. My mom needed her prescription filled. I wanted to go to Belarus. So if you saw my little Belarus mini vlog, it's on my YouTube shorts as well as on my TikTok. That was the day I was testing the underwear. So y'all would know from that mini vlog I was running all about because I had so many other little places to go in Grand Bazaar. So I genuinely put this underwear to the test that day, and I was so nervous because I didn't have any extra protection. I didn't put on a pad. I really put this through the test. So by the time I got home in the afternoon and I removed the underwear, I was in awe. There was not a period spot to be seen. Mind you, it was a little heavy because, like I said, it's my second day. It's like my heaviest flow day, so it was jam-packed, you know what I mean? But yo, there was nothing. I passed my this might be a little too much, but I passed my finger like outside of this like crotch area. Nothing. It was completely dry. No redness, no stickiness, nothing. Most importantly, it was odor free. The only smell I had was a very faint smell of iron, which is typical because, you know, we have iron in our blood. But that was really it. There was no bad odor, which I was really surprised for, because if I had worn a regular pad for that long, because I wore this for over 5 hours, like I said, I really put it through the test, and there was no smell. There was just that faint iron smell, like I said earlier, but that was it. Literally no bad odor. But I did further inspect the underwear, and you see this area here, like this crotch area to the top of your vajayjay, that I noticed had a little spillage. Okay, let me explain. Oh boy, if your husband's around, please ask him to leave. Anyway, I'm just gonna share my experience, okay? Don't come for me. So I was sitting, and you know, you could feel like your period kind of coming up that, what do you call it, slit, crevice, whatever. And I feel like, honestly, my biggest issue with this underwear is that it's not extended enough to the front for me. So basically it was right here to the top of the crotch is where I had just like a little wet spot. So this is like no protection here, so there was some leakage on my finger. So with that being said, and my little professional demonstration, I just would recommend to the brand, and I hope they listen, that the front, if they could extend that protected crotch area where the actual like pad would fall, because for me as a big girl, and I know there are people who are even like larger than me, obviously, I don't see that area being enough protection if you have a very heavy flow like myself. And maybe if it's even possible to make that area like customizable, where you have customers measure like their preferred crotch size or crotch area and have them like insert that when they're ordering, so that, you know, it can be, you know, a little more comfortable and more fitted and tailored to the customer. I don't know the ins and outs of the business. I'm just saying that is my suggestion. So that was my experience on day 2 with a heavy flow using the period underwear. Now on day 3, it had been washed and it was drying, so I could not use it. I had to go back to regular pads because I only have one of this underwear. But day 4 and day 5, I made sure to use this because it was literally my lighter days. And yo, pad what? Pad nothing, because this underwear literally lived up to all of the claims, and it was a godsend. So if it's not bad enough that I'm already using disposable pads during my period in 2021, I feel shame, but picture using more pads on your lighter days, and those are the days that get me even more frustrated because my flow is very light, yet not light enough for me to use a panty shield, because like I said, I still have a very heavy flow compared to the average person. So I made sure to use my period underwear on those days so that I don't have that wasteful guilt. So when it came to actually caring for my Lelova underwear and washing it, it was so simple. I was truly surprised. So all I did was take the underwear and run it under cold water immediately after I took it off, that is. Ran it under cold water until the water runs clear, and then I just took it, threw it in the wash with my rest of underwear load, and that was it. So I made sure to use no fabric softener because they do recommend not using that, as well as don't put it in the dryer. So I just hung it on my line outside to dry, and it was ready to go the next day. I'm guessing why they recommended not putting it in the dryer is to protect the integrity of the materials in the underwear. At the end of testing this underwear, I had to ask myself the big question, and I'm sure you're asking the same thing too. Do I see Lelova underwear becoming a part of my wardrobe? And truthfully, the answer is yes. In fact, I will be using my own code, which I'll leave on the screen right now, and don't worry, it will be in the description box along with my link, and I'm gonna be using it to get 20% off my next purchase, because I really do love the freeing feeling I had on the last couple of days of my period. Aside from how comfortable these underwears actually are, I really appreciate the fact that I can now incorporate more eco-friendly products in my day-to-day routines without compromising functionality, you know? It really did work for me, and I honestly wish something like this existed when I was in high school. I think I would have been a lot more confident on those days, and yeah, my anxiety probably would not have been so crazy. I also appreciate the plethora of designs of these underwears they have available, so you know, there's something for everyone, even postpartum moms. After having a baby, there are so many changes happening in a woman's body, and it can be kind of tricky to feel sexy again. But you know, with all of these designs Lelova has to offer, I'm sure they can be a lifesaver for you. It's also much more cost effective to purchase Lelova underwears than purchasing disposable pads. On average, in the US, the average woman spends $270 US on feminine hygiene products. And for my Trini girls, you all know that is an accurate number. If not, we probably spend more, because we are buying brand name things. These things are being imported, in fact, from the US as well. So we are spending a lot of money, and it is not cheap. If you've been wanting to try an alternative to pads, but just like me, you don't like inserting products and you want to be more earth conscious, but at the same time you don't want to compromise functionality and comfort, then I 100% stand by this Lelova recommendation. If this underwear interests you, and I really hope it does, then I urge you to please click the link below and use my code Shanada20 for 20% off your next purchase. And that brings me to the end of today's video. I just want to say thank you very much, and I appreciate every one of you who use my codes and click on my links. It really does mean a lot. Thank you again to Lelova for partnering up with me in today's video. Y'all are an amazing company, and we truly need more companies like you who care not just about people but about the earth. And guys, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up. It would really help me out. And also, if you have not already and you've made it this far, make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell. I think it's on this side, my bad. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I upload new videos every Sunday. And feel free to share this video if you think it's worth sharing and it might help someone out. So you guys make sure and take care of yourselves, and I will see y'all in the next one.